Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Now, I'm going to fangirl a little because I love this woman. If you're a foodie like me, you're probably familiar with this incredible chef, cookbook author and food writer, Alison Roman, the total rock star of the culinary world. She's famous for her great recipes and her creative and mostly her approachable approach. She's the one you turn to when you've got people coming over and you want it to look effortless. She's got a new book out and she's in town for a show at the Opera House. I can't wait to see her. Alison Roman, hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're great.
We're great. What I just love about your style of cooking is I'm an anxious person and my husband says that I measure ingredients like I'm mixing explosives, but you're big on taking the panic out of entertaining. You say don't even call it entertaining, call it having people over.
Yeah, I think that the more we psych ourselves up to perform for people, the more anxious we'll become, even if that's just performing for ourselves or one other person. So we kind of have to talk ourselves down from the ledge and just remind ourselves that we're just making food.
Could I ask you this question? When you're in the kitchen and you're cooking for people coming around, do you hate it when people come and say, can I give you a hand?
No, I love it because more often than not, I'll say yes. People can always help, but I don't mind.
But actually, I should rephrase that. If they ask for a hand, that's fair enough. But what if they come in with advice?
No, that's not for me. I mean, it's been a really long time since somebody has tried to give me advice.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I say this at Christmas time, when I cook, I do all the cooking at home, have and done for a long time. And my mother and my auntie come around and they come into the kitchen. They don't actually help. They just come in with stupid advice.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's not as helpful, where it's like,
Alison.
oh, yes, of course, why didn't I think of that? But I'm also very lucky to know a lot of really wonderful cooks, and if we're cooking together in the same kitchen for dinner or something, I will often ask them questions, and they'll ask me questions, and it's like a very nice exchange, but it's not unsolicited advice.
So if you tell them to bugger off out of your kitchen, it's okay then?
Yeah, I feel like I can say that.
Good. Excellent.
I've cooked so many things from your Nothing Fancy cookbook and your new one, Sweet Enough. I'm flicking through it as we speak. It looks spectacular.
Well, thank you.
What I like too is that the photos are real. They're not Instagram upcycled whatever. What you make it look like it's doable and it's homely and it's got real people in the pictures.
Yes, that's really important to me. I try to do that with all of my books. I make all the food that's in the photos. There's no food stylist. There's no tricks or, sometimes I'm working with really nice produce or, of course the photos make everything look better than, my iPhone. But I think that for me, it's really important that the food in the pictures and the books looks exactly like, or at least somewhat like the food that you make in your own kitchen in your own home. And
with you cooking all these beautiful things, how come you're not 100 times bigger? How do you manage to keep a lid on that?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I definitely, I'm not a small person. I'm like a 8'10" U.S. size. So I'm not what I would consider to be petite at all. I'm pretty average, but I think it's just, generally speaking, I really love eating food. I really love cooking food, and I love, doing all of the other things that make my body feel good, yoga, and I try to work out. But I'm not. It's not something that I think about. I think that that's part of the secret.
Because you can have your cake and eat it, just don't eat too much of it.
Well, that's right.
And go for a walk after you eat the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't deprive ourselves. And that's sort of what also the Sweet Enough book is about. And making desserts, and you make a whole cake. You don't have to eat the whole cake. You can share it with somebody. Bring it to freeze half. Eat it later, or eat it over the course of a week, or whatever. We shouldn't just not eat it. We should always eat cake.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
From someone who made your crispy chocolate cake with hazelnut and sour cream on the weekend, I completely agree with that. That was a spectacular one.
Good. Well, Alison, this has been great. I'll think of this next time I tell my mother and my auntie to bugger off out of my kitchen with their unwanted advice.
Please
I'll
do.
say Alison Roman said that. So
she said you can rack off.
That's right. You say that. You tell her that you get it out of your kitchen.
Get out of my kitchen.
You earned it.
Alison, it's great to talk to you. You're touring. Well, you know that. You're embarking on her first Australian tour. Tickets at the sydneyoperahouse.com. The new book, Sweet Enough, is now available in stores. Alison Roman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
You too.